So I don't know if we're the only guitar company out there doing a set neck, 25.5-inch scale in this kind of aesthetic, but I feel like there's a combination of specs here that you're not going to get most other places that I'm aware of. We do like a set neck on most of our models, 25.5-inch scale or 27.5. Nice D-shaped neck. In this kind of aesthetic, I think I think it's pretty unique, to be honest. Without sounding like a salesman, I just honestly don't think that you can get that in many other places. So, I mean, the thing that I think is the coolest thing about our guitars, we definitely are not reinventing the electric guitar here, but I think that the cool thing about this brand and these models is that, like, the idea behind our company is that you have a model to work within and then customize. So the R2, for example, this is mahogany with a mahogany neck, ebony board, or you could just flip it over to swamp ash and maple, same model, but it just like looks different. You can really customize them and make them your own. Same with the Cyclops too. I don't know if this is on camera, but it's like these are the same model, but they look like completely different, and it's really wild. And that's something you can do in other places, but when I do it, it's like that's the part that I like. When I'm finishing a guitar, I look at it and I think it's really cool. Yeah. Well, I feel like I've been getting better at finish work, but one of the things we've really improved is I've been working with a guy named Grover Jackson to help me make stuff faster and more consistently. So Grover Jackson is the name of Jackson Guitars, if you've ever heard of them. He helps me build a lot of these necks, and he started to help me build the bodies. So the work that's coming out is a lot more consistent, just better quality, and it allows us to still do what we do that makes us unique, but just keeping it all consistent while making more and more guitars every year. So that's been improved upon. Also with making pickups, we get better and better each year, figuring all that stuff out. In many ways, we're always learning and kind of learning as we go and all that. So. There's quite a few guitar builders that I think are really, really awesome. I'm a big fan of Novo guitars, Dennis Fano's stuff. I love his designs. I actually love the way those guitars play. I think they're beautiful. Electrical Guitar Company, I think that he does that's a real innovator right there. Also, Red Layer Guitars, I haven't met him, but man, that guy is doing some really amazing stuff. What's the guy, Malinowski? Did you talk to him at all?
What's the name again?
Malinowski?
No, not yet, no.
Anyway, he does some really cool stuff that I think is really outside the box. I'm really a big fan of that. Chad Jennings Guitars, I think is great. Balaguer Guitars, I think, does a different kind of thing than a lot of people in that price point. There's a lot of people that I admire and that I like to become friends with and kind of like bounce ideas off of, and it's all fun, man. It's a cool scene to be a part of. Starting a company like this from scratch, which I think most of us are doing, it's really hard to kind of figure out ways to do things as good of quality as bigger companies, but on a smaller budget and a smaller workforce. So I do myself a lot of different things. I do assembly, I do paint, I do some of the woodworking still myself. And so there's figuring all that out, and then also struggling to keep the guitars at a price that doesn't turn people off, and also learning how to run a business. I don't know, a lot of us are not business people. We just build guitars, and then suddenly enough people are buying them to where you have a business on your hands. And trying to run a business while also painting guitars and putting guitars together and managing schedules with people coming to help you do all that, and paying all your bills on time, and getting enough sleep, and eating well. It's like, it's a crazy, overwhelming amount of stuff to do at all times, but it's cool, man. It's still more fun than any other job I've ever had.
So
But
a 24/7 job, kind of.
it's very
I mean,
24/7.
it's still a business, so of course.
Yeah, and it's a business where you're the boss and the employee, and so you're the, you got to yell at yourself and fire yourself sometimes. Anyway, but it's great. It's a ton of fun, but definitely full of challenges. Definitely. Yeah.
Thanks for the interview, man.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Fist bump or hands?
Yeah, fist bump me.
Being hygienic.
Although I made it this far without getting sick, so.